Side to the body tag. In the body tag, type form. Now in action, type slash submit. Add method post. And on the form, the first things we're talking about, and we will write it, it's name. So now let's type a label for name, and on the label type name. And next on the label, type input to make input. Type here text and ID to make a style in CSS, and we will explain in the CSS course. Name, and the next on ID, type name, type name. And the next we'll type BR to make a space, and here BR to make, and of course space. So now let's add input for the user email. Type label. It's a very simple to make a label. To make a form. It's only he want a time and a little focus. On a form, type email, and on the label, of course, type email. And the next on the label, type input, of course, text here, and on the text here, type email and ID email, and on the name, type email, and here type label, and the next you will type a password. Type here label for password, and here of course password, and the next on the label type input, and here password, and ID password, add name password. That's all. Look what he made it. And on the email you should be to type this to make a submit. And the next you will type a radio button for selected agenda. So the next in the password br to make a space, and label for gender, and here gender. And the next on the label, of course, you will type input, and the name you will type a radio. The type. Add name gender, ID gender. Look, and here we will type a value here, for example male, and the next label for male, and here male. Look what he made it. And the next on the label will type input, here type radio, and name gender, and ID gender, and here value female, and here label for female, here female, sorry, a. Look at he made it here for a male, and this for female, and you will type of course br to make a space. Now let's add checkbox for selected hobbies. We'll type a label. The form is all label input, label input. All this is label input. Look in the label here, name. Only type text, he will make it a text for your name. And email, only type, only on the input type email to make it email. And on the label password, only type password to make it password. It's a very simply. Yeah, he have so many steps to make it. He only should have been focus. Don't have been so much things. Habit, and here habit. And the next on the label, type input, checkbox. And the next on the tab, we will of course type the email. Here checkbox. And the next of the ID, we will type, of course, checkbox. The name is habit, and value reading. And the next on it we will type label for reading, and here reading. And the next on the label we will type input, and here type checkbox. Sorry, here checkbox and ID. Here traveling, habits, and of course value traveling. And the next of the input we'll type label, and here traveling for traveling of course, and here traveling. That's all. We can type a more, for example here play football, gaming, as you like. It's like radio button. Each checkbox has unique ID and some name attribute. User can select multiple options. So now I will explain you what's going on in here. And in the hubs, you will type here value. It's reading because in the PHP or JavaScript service in HTML that's not work now. But we will type a value, and the next on the in the value we'll type a label of the mill to know it. To know this input it's for a mill, not for famil or another things. And habits, and he work in the habits. Look here, value, and the next on the value label on this, because this radio button it's for mail. It's this only text, it's not actually work. The work is only this radio. And the checkbox is some things. This is only text, and this is work. This is a data on it. Now let's add submit button to send the form data. Look all this to submit to the form data in HTML in JavaScript service or PHP. It's a very simple. It's only input, type submit, and here value. We don't want this now. Now value submit. Only here br, and here br to send all this in the JavaScript service or PHP as you like. Now, I hope you found the type submit great a button that submit the form. I hope you find this tutorial helpful.